It is a sunny Sunday afternoon here in the heart of Albuquerque in New Mexico, home of the Vipers in the Snake Den, and they're going to be hosting one of their biggest rivals, the Seattle Seahawks. But there's going to be a twist going into this game, as it is the 2020 season. One position group is going to be out for just this game against Seattle. It's going to be the right end position for Albuquerque, which includes rookie Chris Diggs and veteran Dante Loyne. So it's going to be a little bit of a hit to Albuquerque's defense. Luckily, they will recover and be back for the other 3 games of this episode. Wayne Rivers has not had a great season despite going to back-to-back Super Bowls now. 2 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. It's not pretty. He's going to set up the screen here for Richard Rodgers, who goes nowhere. Rodgers, the former Panthers and Packers running back, has over 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's also lost the football twice now. They're going to give him the football on the ground here on the second play of the game. He makes some nice moves and sets up 3rd down and short. They're going to go with a play fake and wide open downfield. It's Brian Jackson burning Justin Williams. The 97 speed is going to work. Williams can't catch him, and Seattle very quickly gets onto the board here in this big NFC West matchup. Albuquerque's quarterback, of course, is 6-time MVP Orlando Cross, but he's not playing like an MVP this season. 5 touchdowns to 5 interceptions and under a 60% completion percentage. Seattle's going to send some heat here on 2nd down, but the ball's going to be dropped by Brian Moore. That's going to bring up 3rd down. Cross is looking to throw for it again and again. Moore can't hang on to it, and Albuquerque goes 3 and out. Out in the I formation, but Seattle's looking to throw for it and extend their lead on this drive, and it's Brian Jackson again burning Justin Williams, and I think that means we should put our best corner, Darren Gordon, on him now. Just let him follow him around the field. Rivers dropping back to throw again, this time to the right side, and finally a pass intended for Jackson is going to be knocked away. That's going to bring up 3rd down. Albuquerque's defense looking to get a stop. That's going to be caught by Brandon Gamble, but he's not going to be going far. That's going to bring up 4th down and a Seahawks punt. Albuquerque's offense back out here on the field, and finally Brian Moore comes down with the reception. He actually went off for over 200 yards in the playoff game against Seattle. Unfortunately, it was a loss. We're going to be looking for him again on this play, and he redeems himself after the 2 drops on the previous drive. 2 big catches, including a score, and knots this game up at 7 apiece. Seattle getting busy on the ground now as Richard Rodgers gashes us right up the gut, picking up a quick 1st down. Now they're going to give it to him yet again, and that's going to be another quick 1st down for Seattle's offense. It's going to be 3rd down and 9 though. Rivers is going to pump fake, lets this one fly to the right side, and his man has a step. Who else but Brian Jackson? It doesn't matter who we put on him. They have been burning us all day. It's still the 1st quarter, and he is well over the century mark. Going back to the ground game now is Albuquerque. Great block here by Deron Daniels, and the last man is able to get him. I'm not sure how the linebacker caught him. Hakeem Warwick, the man he's stiff-armed, is going to have to check out of the game now. Give it to Daniels to the left side again. Spins by the first defender and picks up another Vipers 1st down. Luckily for Seattle, their safety Warwick will return to the game shortly. Orlando Cross going to the air, now wide open over the middle. It's Brian Moore with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. He started off cold, but he's heating up fast. 14-14 now. It looks like we're going to have a good game on our hands. And finally, the Vipers defense comes up with a stop. Great play by Justin Williams. Deron Daniels is going to get himself another carry, but he's going to cough up the football. Luckily, Albuquerque's there to jump on top of it. Peter Barton a little shaken up on the play, though. Seattle's got us to a 3rd down and 11 now. Cross is directing traffic downfield. He's going to float this one for Jimmy Andrews, but it's going to be into the hands of Hakeem Warwick. The star safety back in the game returns this one out to midfield, and Seattle's defense comes up with a huge stop here to open up the 2nd quarter. Looks like Barton's going to be out for the remainder of this one, and Seattle's going to have to back up to the 45-yard line now. After a false start, it's going to be back-to-back false starts now. 1st down and 20. Rivers going to the air, fires that one right to Brandon Gamble over the middle of the field. Back-to-back false starts does not hurt Seattle's offense. Firing that one to the right side now. Who else but Brandon Gamble, the former Miami Dolphin, pushes away Jerry Gray, and that's going to be a Seahawks touchdown, as for the most part, they have been having our way with our defense today, as we've already given up 3 touchdowns. Here's Craig Roberts now breaks this one out to the right side, and the former USC running back picks up that first down. Now Cross letting this one fly to the left side. It looks like Andrews has a step, and he does. Taken down at the 15. That's going to set up Albuquerque inside of the red zone, but this sack is going to take them out of it now. Big loss of 7 there. Orlando Cross just held onto the football for way too long. Can he make up for it here? Here's Brian Moore with another reception. Gets us back inside the 15. Sets up 3rd down and 7. Cross is going to fire this one to the end zone. Looking for his man, but it's going to be knocked away. So instead, we're going to send out Brian Koch for a 30-yard field goal, which he nails, making this a 4-point game. Only halfway through the second quarter already. This game has been very exciting. It's been very tight. And now Roger Long is going to have to check out for the Vipers defense. That was only a 1-yard gain on first down. Now they're going to run the fullback dive with a fake toss. That's going to pick up 5. Looking for the 3rd down conversion now. Rivers fires that one downfield. And somehow, despite the tight coverage, it's Brian Jackson able to come down with another big play. Keeping the defense honest, though, and Richard Rogers has been having a pretty good game. As we get an update on Roger Long, he will be returning to the game shortly. Rivers drops back to pass here. He's got Brandon Gamble. Williams takes him down right at the goal line, but now the defense has to come up with a big stand, and that's a good start. Richard Rogers is going to lose about 3 yards on 1st and goal. Give it to him on 2nd down and goal. No gain on the play. They're 3 for 5 on 3rd down today, looking to get into the end zone here, and they're not going to give it to him. He fell forward, but not far enough, so that's going to force Ronnie Hamilton to give them a 7-point lead. 51 seconds left to go. We're just going to run a fullback dive with Hunter. He loses the football. Seattle jumps on top of it, and this could be just an awful way to end the first half of play. Rogers on a carry up the middle. He's going to pick up 6. 46 seconds left, and Seattle is going to be suffering another false start. That's going to negate a lot of that run on first down, but the strike over the middle, the jammer is going to be huge, getting them down to the goal line yet again, and they don't want to settle for 3 this time. Rivers throws this one to the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown for Travaris Claybrooks. The big tight end gives them a 14-point lead here before the break. Deron Daniels runs this one to the left side. The Vipers originally looking to just run out the rest of this clock here, take it to the 3rd quarter, but after that nice run, we think we can maybe even get into field goal range, even though a touchdown would be a lot nicer. Nice sidearm pass there is going to pick up 5 yards, but we're going to need a whole lot more than that. Brian Moore over the middle has the catch, and the Vipers are going to use their 2nd timeout. Just 16 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Pass to the left side is going to be caught by Jimmy Andrews, and he's going to make a beeline for the sideline where he steps out of bounds and stops the clock. In long field goal range now, and that catch definitely would have put us in field goal range. Instead, it's going to fall incomplete. Just a few seconds left to go. Now it's going to be caught by Floyd. 2 seconds left on the clock. Billick is able to call the timeout, and this is going to be a 51-yarder for Brian Koch. It is up and good, making it an 11-point game at the break. Luckily for the Vipers, they are also going to get the football to start off the second half of play, so we can make this a lot closer in a hurry. That run's going to pick up 4 yards right there by Deron Daniels. He remains in the game. He's not going to get the football here, though, as Seattle was sending some heat. We got the pass off. It was knocked away, but they got hit with a roughing the passer penalty, so they'll pick up the first down anyway. Cross is going to sidearm this one to Deron Daniels. I think it was supposed to be a screen, but yet it got blown up for a loss of 6. Again, Seattle is blitzing. Cross is going to be flushed to his left. Connects with Brian Moore, who has been having a great game outside of that first drive. That's going to set up a 3rd down and manageable. They're containing Orlando Cross, and he's just able to get the pass off to avoid the sack, and that's going to force Albuquerque to punt the football away. Seattle looking to add on to their lead. Remember, Albuquerque's coming into this game undefeated with a great 4-0 record, and Seattle could come into their place and beat them badly just like they did in the playoffs a season ago. Luckily, Justin Williams knocks that ball away, which means we're going to be getting the football back. Deron Daniels taking this one to the right side, following his blocker by Hunter, and that's going to pick up a Albuquerque first down, but it's going to bring up 3rd down and 8. Now pass over the middle, caught by Vaughn Lewis, but the tight end is going to be inches shy of that first down marker, and it looks like we just chose to punt that one away. Here goes Richard Rogers on a run to the left side now in open space. Williams able to wrestle him down, but not until he moves the sticks. Rivers dropping back to throw. He's got time in the pocket. He's got Reginald Jammer there for a short gain of 4 yards on the play. Draw now for Richard Rodgers, fighting his way up the middle. Tommy Wynn on the stop, but still a Seahawks first down. Albuquerque has a chance to get them off the field on 3rd and 8, though, and that's exactly what they're going to do as Javon Anthony knocks that pass away. Under a minute left to go in the 3rd quarter already, as this one has just flown by now. Cross has time in the pocket, fires that one downfield, up top for Vaughn Lewis, and that's why you draft a 6'7" tight end and keep him around. But now Orlando Cross, grabbing at his throwing arm, is going to have to check out of the game, which means Antonio McGuire is back. He already had to step in for Orlando Cross a little bit this season. 4 touchdowns to 1 interception is not bad at all, and that's a nice way to start off his time in this one. Deron Daniels is going to run this one to the right side. It doesn't go far, but it does pick up a first down as Orlando Cross is quickly back into this game. He's going to let this one fly, first snap back, and it's going to be knocked away from Darius Floyd. 3rd down and 10 now. Cross looking for the conversion. He's got Floyd, but can he pick up the first down? No, not quite. Seattle's going to get him about 3 yards shy, and it looks like Cross only came in for a handful of plays, which means he's not going to be on the field on 4th down. Instead, it's going to be Antonio McGuire being intercepted by Darren Carrier. He gets it out to the 32-yard line. Seattle already in field goal range. Richard Rodgers is going to be going backwards on 1st down and 2nd down. That's going to lead to 3rd down and long. Luckily for us, Orlando Cross will be returning to this one shortly. They're just going to be running a draw play, trying to catch us unaware, and I think it actually worked. I mean, obviously not the first down, but this is going to make it a much easier field goal for Ronnie Hamilton, who would have been good from 60, honestly. Here goes Harold White on the kick return, now taking this one down the left sideline as Albuquerque needs some big plays, and that's a good start out across the 40. Cross quickly back in this game. He's going to fire that one over the middle, intercepted on the play by Norman Jenkins. Forcing that one over the middle is just going to be like a crossing route or an in route, but it got jumped on the play, and things are going poorly in Albuquerque's seemingly first loss of the season. Now with under 5 minutes left to go, we're down by 14, and we don't even have the football. Instead, Seattle's looking to make it a 3-possession game. In order to do that, though, they're going to need to convert on 3rd down and 2, and that's exactly what they're going to do, and a whole lot more. Richard Rodgers should have been taken down in the backfield for a loss. Instead, he's going to set them up in field goal range and get that touchdown, too, pulling out the stiff arm and humiliating our defense. We're back out here on the field, but we're down by 21. I don't think we're going to be able to do stuff fast enough, but we might as well try. Deron Daniels picks up the first down there. We hurry up to the line of scrimmage, but our left tackle had a false start on the play. 1st down and 15 now, and down goes Cross as the DB blitz brings him down, and the MVP is definitely frustrated. We're only 2 for 9 on 3rd down today. Orlando Cross has time, but it's going to quickly expire. Launches that one downfield for Darius Floyd. He's down with it at the 50. 2.5 minutes left to go, though, and we need to score 3 touchdowns. Letting this one fly to the end zone into coverage, and I think that still went in and out of the hands of Brian Moore. Instead, we're looking to throw for it yet again. Cross rolling to his right. He thought about taking off and running. Instead, he's got more downfield. What a play. A younger Orlando Cross probably would have run it there. He's not as fast as he used to be, though, and it's okay because we picked up some nice yardage. He does take off and run here right after the 2-minute warning. He's going to pick up 4. Seattle's going to send some heat, but instead, Brian Moore's in the end zone for the 3rd time today, but it might be too little too late. Seahawks just running a fullback dive here as they're looking to run out the rest of this clock. Richard Rodgers on the run to the right side gets tripped up across that 1st down marker, and the Vipers have now started to use their timeouts. Rodgers on a run again. He's going to pick up a couple yards on that play, and that's going to be a 2nd timeout used. Rodgers running this one right up the middle, brought down just shy of that 1st down marker. Massive 3rd down in inches, and Seattle's not even going to try for it, so we have a very slight chance, but this play needs to be a touchdown. Instead, it's going to sail out of bounds. Nice effort there by Moore, but we're not going to be able to score in 5 seconds and recover an onside kick. Instead, Cross is going to be going down. Seattle stats look a a whole lot better now. 27-41 is going to be your final as we suffer our first loss of the season. You know we were looking for some revenge in this game, trying to get back at Seattle for making us going one and done in the playoffs a season ago. Instead, they beat us in a very similar manner to what they did in the divisional round, and we're going to have to work on our game, especially by the next time we play them, because otherwise they might just take this division from us. Deron Daniels had a fantastic game despite being probable coming into this game, almost 8 yards a carry. Brian Moore, similar to the playoff game from a season ago, went off, but in a losing effort, and really multiple scores. It wasn't even close at the end of the day. The defense really played poorly, no sacks and no turnovers going our way in a season where Wayne Rivers is really struggling. Looking at some other big games this week now, we got Miami taking down Buffalo 23-14. Big game out here in the AFC East. You got the New Orleans Saints taking down the Kansas City Chiefs in what was probably the game of the week here, 24-20, and the Saints advanced to 5-0. The Tennessee Titans are going to be taken down by the Cleveland Browns. Tennessee suffering their first loss of the season, and it wasn't even close. After suffering our first loss of the season, the locker room is a little bit frustrated, and it's rookie quarterback Ron Coyle, who we took in the second round, supposed to be a first-round pick, frustrated, very similar to Lance Campbell a season ago, and we do not like to see that because we all know how last season ended. And now we're looking to bounce back against the New York Giants. We've already taken down every other team in that division. Let's make them next. Albuquerque is going to be starting this second game with the football. Here's Deron Daniels. First play of the game, he's going to be spinning around and picking up about 3 yards on the carry. Coming out in the I formation, but we're looking to throw for it. Cross steps up into the pocket. He had Jimmy Andrews wide open deep, but the pressure got to him before he could let that one fly. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 11, all day to throw. Brian Moore with the reception, but he can't quite get tackled over that first down marker. That means Max Hawk and this Giants offense is out here, and he is having one of the worst seasons in the league right now when it comes to any quarterback. He's going to hand that one off to Howard Mitchell, who picks up about 5 yards on the play, and now we're going to be bringing down the quarterback. Hawk goes down on 3rd and 5, and that's going to be a quick 3-and-out forced by Albuquerque's defense. Offense looking to take full advantage of it now. No pressure on Orlando Cross as he fires that one downfield to second-year tight end Lawyer Dumas, and we know he had a fantastic preseason. Would love to get him more involved. We would also love to get Darius Floyd more involved in the offense. Him and Jimmy Andrews are the two main reasons why we didn't go out and get another receiver in the offseason. On 3rd down and short, Deron Daniels has got us as he takes that one out to the right side. Cross looking to fire that one to the left side of the field now. It's going to be Jimmy Andrews pulling out the stiff arm, brought down, and they are going to give him that first down. Cross looking to throw again. The offensive line has been doing a great job today. It wouldn't look like it on paper, but Cross held onto that football for way too long and took way too much of a loss there. Going to the end zone on 3rd down and long, and it's just right out of the hands of Brian Moore. Yes, there were 2 DBs in the area, but if it hits you in the hands, you gotta catch it. Luckily, Brian Koch is one of the best kickers in the NFL, and he barely got that one in. That's going to give us a 3-point lead now as the Giants are going to come out with a play fake. Hawk is going to be going deep, and it's going to be caught by Travis Green. The Giants have a very underrated receiving core today as this pass intended for his other man, Isaac Hayden, is going to fall incomplete. And the Giants, after that big play, end up just having to punt the football away right as I was giving them a little bit of praise too. That pass is going to be caught by Darius Floyd, and he's going to get us out across the 30-yard line, but now we face a 3rd down and 9. Cross going over the middle. Brian Moore with the conversion, but he coughs up the football after that, and Jason Van Dyke has the fumble recovery. Coach Billick is going to be throwing the challenge flag, though. Let's take a look at this replay. He's saying that Brian Moore was down, and based off of that replay, it looks like he was. And after further review, I think the refs are actually going to disagree. I thought they might agree with it on there, but no, they do not. So instead, New York has the football. They set up a wide receiver screen for Bennett. He's not going far, which means they're going to be punting the football away here as we come in looking for a punt block. But I think instead we ended up hitting the punter. Yes, we did. 15-yard penalty as the punter is now having to limp off of the field. And that's probably the first time in this entire franchise that we've injured a punter. Green on the reception now as the Giants have a second chance at life on this drive. Hawk is going to be going down, though. That's going to be Daryl Fannin getting to him. They have yet to convert on third down today. They would love to here and extend their drive. Looking for the touchdown even. Caught by Isaac Hayden, but out of bounds. So instead, that means Isaac Wolford is going to have to come out here for this field goal attempt, and I think it's going to be no good. Holding on the play, it's going to be declined, and yes, that kick was indeed just a smidge to the right and no good. Here goes Deron Daniels on the ensuing Vipers drive. He's going to pull out the stiff arm on Van Dyke, but he's still able to push him out of bounds. A big run nonetheless. Play fake now. Orlando Cross is going to fire that one downfield into the hands of Jason Van Dyke, who has had his fingers all over this game today. And that pass was open, but just thrown a little bit too late. Now Hawk to the left, he's going deep, and it's going to be caught by Isaac Hayden. Big play once again for New York. Can they turn this drive into points this time, though? Howard Mitchell going right up the gut there. It's going to be a solid run. Brings up third down where they still have yet to convert. Hawk is going to finally do it here, though, to Hayden, and that's going to get them inside of the red zone. Hawk dropping back to throw yet again. He's got time in the pocket. Floats that one in Hayden's direction again. He comes down with that and picks up 9 yards on the play. Now Mitchell's going to get the carry, taken down in the backfield for a loss. Great play by Tommy Wynn. Looking to get this one into the end zone. Tipped into the hands of Travis Green. Unbelievable play here. Looking for Isaac Hayden. It's going to be knocked into the hands of Green, though, and that's going to give the Giants their first lead of the game, as we're already nearing halftime, and the Vipers only have 3 points, but I think that's about to change. Wide open downfield. Jimmy Andrews is in the end zone for 6, and that Giants lead does not last very long. We did score very quickly, though, which does give New York a chance to go downfield and tie this game up at 10 apiece, or maybe even take the lead. Max Hawk fires that one to Isaac Hayden. He cuts that one upfield and gets just into Vipers territory. Hurrying things up on offense now. Hawk has time in the pocket. Hayden with another reception, as between him and Travaris Green, they've been pretty busy today. Throwing this one to the right side now, and that one's going to be caught by Anthony Bennett. These 3 receivers, number 11, 12, and 13, have been very solid for New York today. Here goes Howard Mitchell right up the gut, and New York going to use their timeouts here back-to-back. Just 1 remaining now. Hawks got a clean pocket, and he should have been intercepted by Tommy Wynn on the play. They're lucky to see third down. Firing that one to the right side, and it's going to be caught by Anthony Bennett down inside of the 5, and they're going to hurry things up now as they're looking to punch this one into the end zone. Looking to do it through the air now, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Isaac Hayden burning Justin Williams on the play, and that's going to give New York the lead at halftime. The Giants are going to have a chance to go downfield and give themselves a 2-possession lead, as well as we take a look at some of those halftime stats. They're going to start off by running the football with Howard Mitchell. He gashes our defense for 9 yards there. Give it to him again. Not quite as many yards on the play, but they are still able to pick up that first down. Mitchell again on the carry. He's going to pick up about 5 yards there, and we cannot be giving up 5 yards of carry on the ground right now. 3rd down and 3. They're looking to throw for it, though, and once again, Hawk should have been intercepted, and they're lucky to be able to punt that football away. Albuquerque looking to go downfield and recapture their lead now. Here goes Deron Daniels up the gut, picking up a quick first down. 1st and 15 now after a holding penalty, but hopefully it won't matter on this series of downs, as that's going to set up 3rd down and short. Pass is going to be intercepted by Rowe. New York looking for a big play. Rowe runs over Orlando Cross, and that's going to set up their offense in phenomenal field positioning now inside of their own red zone. Here goes Howard Mitchell right up the middle, picking up 4 yards on the play. Now Hawk looking to throw for it. He's got time in the pocket. Straight from Hawk to a Vipers defender. That's going to be Javon Anthony coming up with a big interception, returning the favor, running over Travis Green on the return. Luckily, it's not going to be too serious, but what a play. What a response to the first interception as we get one of our own. Let's not go 3 and out after getting this turnover, though. That's exactly what we're going to do as that pass gets batted away at the line of scrimmage. New York is going to be taking over inside of about the 30-yard line there, and the fullback dive is going to gash us for 9 yards. Hawk floating that one to the left side into the hands of Isaac Hayden, and that's going to get him over the century mark today. Now 3rd down and 8, New York looking for the conversion. Hawk's going to let this one fly to the right side. He's got a man wide open. That's going to be a touchdown for Amos Wilkerson. His first reception of the day is going to be a huge score, giving them an 11-point lead. And maybe that Seahawks game really did shake up Albuquerque, because they have not looked the same since then after a strong 4-0 start. Deron Daniels going to be taken down in the backfield there. That's going to make his 3rd down and long. Cross looking for the conversion, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Burt Myers getting his name called for the first time today on a big 3rd down conversion. Now Cross letting this one fly to the right side. He's got Darius Floyd. The tackle is going to be missed, and this is going to be a 1-possession game now as we enter the 4th quarter. Play fake. Hawk is going to get that one to Amos Wilkerson for a 2nd time today now, picking up a big 1st down. Draw play now for Mitchell. He's going to fight his way right up the middle. Javon Anthony on the tackle, but not until he picks up 9 yards. Now he's going to pull out the stiff arm, fighting forward for every inch, and that's going to be enough to move the sticks. Hawk looking to throw again. He's got a clean pocket, nearly intercepted by Anthony, but instead he put some perfect touch on that pass, and Hayden's going to bring it in for a 1st down. Again, he's got a clean pocket, gets this one out to Davis. His running back on the reception is going to get them inside of the 30 now. Hawk looking to throw yet again, fires that one downfield for Isaac Hayden, and he's not playing like a quarterback who's only thrown 3 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. Hayden is going to have to check out of the game, though, a little bit shaken up on the tackle. Mitchell's going to go right up the middle, fighting for every inch once again down at the goal line, as now one of the Giants' offensive linemen is going to be shaken up and having to check out of the game. 3rd down and goal. Mitchell's going to walk easily into the end zone untouched, and the Giants are going to have a 2-possession lead yet again here in the 4th quarter with under 4 minutes left to play. Cross is going to dump this one off into the flat for Alfred Hunter. Our new fullback's going to pick up 9 yards on the reception there, as there's another Giant shaken up on the play. This time it's Chris Brown. Cross looking to throw, now floating this one to the left side in the breadbasket for Jimmy Andrews. He's going to be taken down inside of the red zone, but a huge play here by Albuquerque's offense. Now flush to his left. Cross is going to fire that one over the middle. Caught by Darius Floyd down inside of the 5. We would like to punch this one into the end zone before the 2-minute warning. Looking for the corner play. Floyd brings it down, but he's going to get pushed out of bounds. 2nd down and goal now, and there's a free rusher. Down goes Orlando Cross. That's going to make 3rd down a whole lot longer, especially after this false start penalty. 3rd down and goal now from the 15-yard line. A touchdown would be huge, and that's exactly what we're going to get with Brian Moore, his 4th touchdown of the episode. And now we're going to be going for 2 to make this a 3-point game. A field goal could send us to overtime. Cross rolling to his right, tries to sidearm that one to the back of the end zone, but it's going to be no good. So now it's up to Albuquerque's defense to force a 3-and-out and get a stop. Luckily, we were able to do it before the 2-minute warning, so that acts as a free timeout for us right there. Mitchell on the carry. He's not going to be going far, and Billick is going to call Albuquerque's first timeout. As on 3rd and goal, it's going to get blown up in the backfield. Timeout is called, and we're going to have a minute 50 to go downfield and win this ball game. Cross rolling to his right. He's got a man wide open there. It's Deron Daniels across the 30, down close to the 20-yard line. That's a great first play there. And now we might have to actually milk a little bit of this clock before we punch this one into the end zone. Wide open running lane here for Orlando Cross. The quarterback's going to take off and run. Wisely slides down inside of the 5. That way we can bleed off a little bit more clock. Toss play now for Craig Roberts, and he's going to be taken down just shy of that 1st down marker, or actually the end zone there, so we're going to hurry up to the line now. Play fake. Cross rolling to his right. 5 seconds left on the play. This might have gotten away from Albuquerque. He's going to be taken down, go out of bounds, shy of that 1st down marker, and he's shaken up on the play. Meaning with 2 seconds left to go, it's going to be McGuire in the ball game. 0's on the clock, and he's going to find Brian Moore for 6. His 2nd touchdown of the day is going to be a game winner. The fans in the snake pit can't believe it. What a play. What a throw. A tight window to the second-year receiver receiver. The game-winning touchdown is going to give Albuquerque the 1-point victory and a sweep over the NFC East. What an unbelievable end to the game. The clock almost got away from us there. Luckily, Orlando Cross's injury is not serious, but it was Antonio McGuire who threw the game-winning 1-yard touchdown there at the goal line. Unbelievable play by him right there to come up clutch and etch his name into Vipers lore. Deron Daniels had another good game, over 5 yards a carry for him. Jimmy Andrews had over 100 yards, but it was Brian Moore who came down with 2 touchdowns, including the game winner. Defensively, we struggled again. We gave up 28 points. We did get 2 sacks today at least, and 1 big-time interception. Looking at some other big games this week, once again looking at the Miami Dolphins, who might be the real deal this season. They did start off last year 7-0 and then crumbled. Can they turn it around this season? This is a good start. You got the Green Bay Packers still undefeated, taking down the Chicago Bears in Chicago 20-10. John Owens throwing 5 interceptions. I'm surprised they even kept it that close. And finally, inside of our own division, San Francisco gets a big win over Seattle, who just blew us out a week ago, 31-15 though. And maybe San Francisco's the real deal too. After that performance though, even though he didn't throw the game-winning touchdown, Orlando Cross was named the NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He also hit a big milestone in terms of career touchdowns, as he has now thrown over 400, That's going to put him in top 10 all-time in NFL history, and he's looking to add on to that total now against the New York Jets, where the media is predicting a slim Vipers victory. This is a battle between 2 of the best teams in the NFL right now, as both of these green squads come into this game carrying a 5-1 record. At the Meadowlands now, pass is going to be caught by Lawyer Dumas. The tight end's going to get pushed out of bounds, but not until he picks up that first down. Off of the play fake now, Orlando Cross rolling to his right, puts that up top for his big tight end Vaughn Lewis, and I just love using this man's 6'7" frame. Quick throw to him now. He's going to get brought down after picking up the first down and getting us into Jets territory, as the safety Glenn Peterson, who brought him down there, is going to have to check out of the ball game. Deron Daniels on the run to the right side now, fighting through the tackle of former Viper safety John Kelly, and he's going to pick up a first. Clean pocket here for Orlando Cross, threads the needle downfield. Jimmy Andrews can't hang on to it, and honestly, I can't blame him. 3rd down and 8, and down goes Cross. The Jets sent a blitz, it got home, but that's not going to stop us from attempting a long field goal here. 56 yards for Brian Koch, who has yet to miss this season. That trend continues. The Jets are led by Brian Johnson, a former first-round pick by the New Orleans Saints back in the early 2010s. He's been the Colts backup for the last few seasons now, and now he has finally gotten himself a chance to start, and it looks like he is pretty good. That pass over the middle is going to be caught, setting up 3rd down and short. Johnson dropping back to throw, fires that one to the left side, looking for his offensive lineman on the play, who reported as an eligible tight end, but it's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Deron Daniels taking this one to the right side, and I just got to say, I'm so happy this man is healthy. I can't believe as soon as I say that, he is shaken up on the play, as we get an update on the Jets injured defender out for the remainder of this one. Crossfires that one to Brian Moore on the reception, cuts it upfield, picks up the first down before being wrestled down at the 35. Orlando Cross dropping back to throw again, rolling to his right. He could go to Craig Roberts deep instead. He's going to take off and scramble himself, picking up a few yards on the play, and luckily Deron Daniels will be back, because I was just saying, I love that this man is healthy. Don't get me wrong, Craig Roberts and our other running back, Ryan, they're fine, but honestly, Deron Daniels is so much better, and you can tell on the field. This pass is somehow going to be caught by Jimmy Andrews, and now, of course, Orlando Cross is going to be shaken up on the play after an unbelievable catch. Here goes Craig Roberts, coughing up the football. Luckily, Santiago is there to jump on top of it for Albuquerque and even pick up 3 yards. Antonio McGuire was actually signed away from the New York Jets. He could have been their quarterback this season, but instead they are rocking with Brian Moore, as Deron Daniels is back into this game, makes the catch, shy of that first down marker, so we've got to settle for 3. Blake Flowers is the running back for the New York Jets. You may remember he spent the first 2 seasons of his career as an Albuquerque Viper. We did not get the most out of him, because now he rushes for well over 1,000 yards every season for the Gang Green. He's going to get this carry here. Doesn't go very far. That's going to set up third down and short. Johnson looking for the conversion. He's not going to get the pass off, though. Or he does get the pass off, but the pressure forces an incompletion, which means they're going to have to punt the football away. Here goes Deron Daniels right up the gut as both him and Orlando Cross are back in the ballgame. Off of the play fake now, he's got his man Vaughn Lewis, the tight end, gets out to the 35-yard line after trying to pull out a little bit of a stiff arm there. He's had himself a busy afternoon so far today. Nice throw on the move to Jimmy Andrews, picking up 5 yards on that reception. Back to the ground game now for Deron Daniels. Gets past the first man using that highlight stick, sets up third down and inches. Fullback dive here for Alfred Hunter. Luckily holds onto the football through that big hit because he has already coughed up the football a few times in a Vipers jersey. Floating this one to the end zone now. Touchdown! Lawyer Dumas cross saw his tight end downfield. This is what I love about him. He's a very fast tight end, a lot quicker than Vaughn Lewis, although he doesn't quite have his frame. Now on defense, giving up big runs to Blake Flowers, our former running back, and gets out across the 40-yard line. Johnson's got all day in the pocket to throw, connects with his man shy of that first down marker, which is going to force a Jets punt. It's going to be officially a 4th down and 4 as they're looking to pin us deep back in our own territory. That's exactly what they're going to do, getting us down inside of the 10. Deron Daniels on a run to the left side here, tries spinning around, picks up that first down, and gets us a little bit of breathing room. Cross dropping back to throw now for the first time on this drive. Pass is going to be caught by Vaughn Lewis as he continues his busy Sunday afternoon. 1.5 minutes left to go in the half as Albuquerque's looking to extend their lead. Instead, Cross is going to be taken down and the Jets are going to use their first timeout. Looking to get the ball back before halftime and get on the board, and they're going to have the opportunity to do so as Andrews could not haul that one in. They have 1:10 minutes to get into field goal range or even into the end zone. That pass is going to be caught by Harold Hollings, who's the 6'7" receiver that we were looking at in the draft. Ended up falling into the 4th round, or actually projected to be a 4th round pick. The Jets just got to him before we could. That pass is going to be caught by Troy Vincent on the right side there, picking up a quick first down for New York, and that's exactly what they're going to need on this drive. Looking his direction again, pass is going to be caught, breaks away from tackles down at the 10-yard line. That's actually Riddick Vincent. My apologies for getting your first name wrong. Pass to the left side is going to be caught by McDowell. Luther McDowell in the end zone for 6. The Jets finally getting on the board there. Finally looking like a 5-1 team as we're going to go into the break only up by 6. New York's going to start off the second half of play with possession of the ball. Brian Johnson's going to dump this one off to his fullback, but Brian Austin is not going to be going anywhere near that first down marker, and Mark Scott, 3rd string corner for Albuquerque, shaken up on the play. Deron Daniels on a run to the right side on the ensuing Vipers drive, picks up 4 yards on the play. Quick pass to Lawyer Dumas, who's been having a busy afternoon too. Both Vipers tight ends have been good today. He's going to set up 3rd down and 1. Running the toss play to the right, Deron Daniels following the blocking of Alfred Hunter. He's going to pick up a first down, and luckily Mark Scott will be returning to this afternoon's game shortly. Daniels fights off the first defender in the backfield, but they're still going to get to him for a loss, and Chucky Hood, the man who he fought off of them, is going to have to leave the game. Now on 3rd down and long, Cross is just going to heave this one downfield in a double man coverage. Not much of a chance there to connect with Darius Floyd. We're going to have to punt this football back to the Jets. Here goes Tennell on a run to the left side now, not going very far, picking up 4 on the play. 2nd down and 6. Brian Johnson is going to throw that one over the middle, intercepted by Tommy Wynn. The 2nd-year linebacker out of Montana has been having a phenomenal season, looking like a great pick, and Brian Johnson, the man who threw the egregious interception, is going to have to check out of the ball game. Here goes Deron Daniels right up the middle now, picking up 4 yards, make it 6 yards on the play as we get an update on the Jets DB Chucky Hood out for the remainder of this one, but now we're going to be coughing up the football. Spotto looking for a big return here to get the Jets back into this game after Albuquerque was looking to take a 2-possession lead. They may have thrown the interception, but we fumbled it, and that was Jermaine Spotto on the scoop and score. Fantastic play there by the Jets defense to get them back into this game and give them the 1-point lead here in the 3rd quarter. Orlando Cross looking for the conversion here on 3rd down. Wide open was Floyd, and that's going to move the chains. First down and 10, or actually second down and 10 after a first down play that didn't go anywhere. Who else but Von Lewis? He continues his busy day, and it looks like Brian Johnson's going to be out for the remainder of this one for the Jets. That is not good news for them. Deron Daniels on a run to the right side. That was John Kelly that is stiff-armed again there. He's going to set up 3rd down and 4. Looking for the conversion, and who else but Von Lewis today is going to be getting that for us. He's going to get out to the 30-yard line. That's going to bring us to the 4th quarter of play now, and Cross is looking to go to the end zone, looking for Darius Floyd. It's going to go off of his hand as he tried to Odell it here in New York. That run is going to be going backwards, setting up 3rd down and 12. Cross wants to get the conversion through the air here. Brian Moore has the reception, but he's going to be marked inches shy of that first down marker. The offense is going to be remaining on the field, trying to get the Jets to jump off sides. They don't. We'll take the delay of game penalty and a 2-point lead. New York looking to go downfield and take the lead of the run, but Kevin Morton, their backup quarterback, is going to have to be the one that leads them downfield. Brian Austin, the former 49ers fullback, is going to gash us up the middle there, sets up 3rd down and 2. Brock Flowers taken down in the backfield. Albuquerque's defense was a great stop right there, forcing the Jets to punt this one away with under 7 minutes left to play. Off of the play fake now, Cross is going to throw this one on the move for Alfred Hunter. The fullback comes down with the reception and gets pushed out of bounds after picking up that first down. Deron Daniels on a carry going right up the gut, picks up 4 yards on the play. We're going to feed him again, but this time he's going down in the backfield, and for the 2nd time this afternoon, he's going to have to exit the game with an injury. 3rd down and 5, Cross looking for the conversion. He's got a clean pocket. Von Lewis has got it, gets spun around near the first down marker. They don't give it to him, though, and the offense is going to be staying on the field yet again. Luckily, Deron Daniels will be back to this game shortly again. Cross trying to get them to jump off sides. It doesn't work, so we punt the football away. They're going to be faced with a 3rd down on the ensuing drive. It's going to be no good. Kevin Morton taken down, forcing the incomplete pass, and another Jets punt. Cross just airing this one deep downfield, caught by Darius Floyd into field goal range, and at the 2-minute warning now, the Jets are in serious danger. If they give up a touchdown here, it could be over for them. 2nd down and 1. Fake the fullback give. It's going to be a toss for Deron Daniels. Love seeing him back in the ball game, giving us a 9-point lead after the extra point is up and good. That means the Jets only have a minute and a half to score 2 times. Kevin Morton's going to have to do it for him. There's Harold Hollings, the big receiver, gets them out to the 45-yard line now. As you can see here, a 4th-round pick just before our pick, I want to say, or maybe we passed on. Honestly, a little bit fuzzy about the offseason. Right in the middle of this game as the Jets are trying to put together a 2-minute drill. Kevin Morton with a clean pocket, floats that one over the middle. It's going to be caught by Riddick Vincent just outside of the red zone. Vincent with over 70 yards on 4 receptions today. Morton floats this one over the middle. It's going to be caught by Blake Flowers. Our former running back gets down to the goal line. Here's a look at Morton's career stats. 16 touchdowns to 14 interceptions. Looking for touchdown number 17. Instead, interception number 15 in his career. The nail in the coffin. A win for the Jets was going to be hard to come by at the very end there as they were down by 9. But number 9 could not get them into the end zone. And they're going to lose for the 2nd time this season. Orlando Cross put together a pretty good game, over 200 yards and a touchdown, 17 of 23, so a 73% completion percentage is higher than his average throughout the year. Deron Daniels, another good game for him, only 4 yards a carry, but honestly, I'll take it. Craig Roberts with 2 fumbles though, including that one that was a scoop and score, is unacceptable. 7 receptions for 81 yards for Von Lewis, but it was Lawyer Dumas, the other tight end, who was able to get into the end zone. We also played very well defensively. Tommy Wynn with 5 tackles. We only gave up 1 touchdown, and actually that was on the scoop and score, so the defense did not let them into the end zone once, and they came away with 2 picks. Looking at some other big games this week, the Super Bowl champions, or the defending Super Bowl champion Houston Texans, have fallen to 3-3 now after Aaron Rodgers and the Colts beat them by 5. The Arizona Cardinals get their 2nd win of the season, and it was by multiple possessions over a team that was in the playoffs a year ago. Washington has not looked good so far. And oh, how the Patriots have fallen. We will be playing them later in the season. Right now, our focus is on San Francisco, who just blew them out. It's going to be between them or the Seattle Seahawks for a team that's really going to give us a run for our money inside of this division. The media is luckily predicting a Vipers win, but Benji Barton is coming off an Offensive Player of the Week performance. Looking at it on paper, this could be a shootout. Both teams have great offenses, but not great defenses. Benji Barton has become one of the better quarterbacks in the league. His numbers may not quite look like it right now, but he's put together some great seasons, and he's been a big part of why San Francisco has become a good football team again. If you remember, for about the first 10 years of this franchise, they were one of the worst teams in the league. Robert Fernandez, former Lions running back, is now going to be their starting running back, really fixing a lot of their rushing issues, and I guess Ronnie Lott let him wear his number 42. Barton's going to be going deep on this play. It's going to be knocked away, though, by Darren Gordon, the DB, making a great play right there, forcing a 49ers 3-and-out. This pass is going to be batted up in the air. Cross had a chance to catch his own pass. Brett Favre-esque right there, but couldn't quite do it. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 8, and Cross's pass is just going to fall incomplete right there. Looks like it was just a little bit off the mark. Both teams going 3-and-out to open up this one. Maybe not what we expected after looking at this matchup on paper. Blake O'Sullivan with the reception there picks up 8 on the play. Offset I formation is going to be a play action. This one is going to go to the right side. Going to be caught by the fullback, Darius Simpson, getting busy down the right sideline, out close to the 45-yard line. No running back in the backfield here. Barton's got time to throw into the hands of Tommy Wynn. Back-to-back weeks where the linebacker comes away with a big-time interception. This is going to be setting up Albuquerque in great field positioning. And you know what they say? Take a shot after getting a turnover. But for the second time today, Cross's pass is going to be batted away at the line. Here goes Deron Daniels spinning down the left sideline out at the 25-yard line. Play fake again, going for Von Lewis. The big tight end's got us down inside of the red zone at the 10-yard line. Cross looking to throw, fires a strike over the middle to Lawyer Dumas. Back-to-back games where the young tight end has a touchdown. Quickly, Albuquerque has a 7-0 lead. Here goes Robert Fernandez, fighting his way through the tackle of Jerry Gray, able to pick up a 1st down and move the chains there for San Francisco. Give Fernandez the football again, running over our defenders and picking up another quick 1st down. Looking to go to the air now, but instead it's going to be intercepted. Darren Gordon gets past the first man, looking for the big return, but the tight end's going to bring him down before he can do so, but still great field positioning here for Albuquerque. Here goes Deron Daniels to the right side. He's going to pick up another 1st down as we are starting off this game in a very good way. San Francisco's defense looking to change that, though, as they're going to come up with a big 8-yard sack. That's going to lead to 3rd down and long. Orlando Cross takes another sack again, and that one was not on the offensive line as he was just holding onto the football for way too long. We're going to try to hit this 59-yarder with Brian Koch, and he just snuck it in there. San Francisco trying to come back from what's been a poor first quarter for them. Fernandez is going to take this one out to the left side, and he's been their bright spot on offense so far today. Officially into the second quarter of play now. Play fake, launching that one downfield. It's going to be caught by the big tight end, Dexter Gamble, out at the 35-yard line. Here goes Simpson, the fullback, going right up the middle, picking up about 5 yards on the play. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 5. Now Robert Fernandez getting shifty, breaking off of multiple tackles, looking to get San Francisco inside of the red zone. 1st down and 10 after that nice run, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Continuing to run the football here, gashing our defense, going right up the gut. 3rd down in inches, and the Vipers defense has had enough. That was Vince Taylor, the safety, coming in on the blitz, making a big stop and forcing San Francisco to settle for a field goal. Looking to get the ground game going ourselves, it's Ryan Franks for the first time in today's episode on that carry, setting up 3rd down and short. Deron Daniels in the backfield. We're going to give it to the fullback Hunter, though. San Francisco was ready for it. They were all over the fullback dive, and that's going to force an Albuquerque punt. Robert Fernandez with another nice run going right up the gut, setting up 3rd down and 3. They're going to give it to him again, falling forward, but they're not going to give him the 1st down, marking him just shy of the sticks, and that's going to force yet another San Francisco punt. Setting up the wide receiver screen here for Darius Floyd. The former Niner gets taken down for a loss, though. Cross looking to throw here for the third down conversion. That pass is going to be knocked away. San Francisco's going to be getting the football back now and looking to put together a 2-minute drive before halftime. Firing that one downfield, and somehow Blake O'Sullivan comes down with the reception in double man coverage. Neither team has converted on third down today. That trend is going to continue as now both teams are going to be 0 for 4, meaning that their kicker William Caraful is going to have to nail his second field goal of the game. 1:23 left to go before the break, and Albuquerque is not done. They want to extend their lead here before halftime. Nice catch made by Daniels as he's going to get taken out of bounds after picking up the first down. Cross looking for Von Lewis here. He's going to come down with that one for about 5 or 6 yards on the play as we're going to start hurrying things up. Lewis is wide open yet again on just that simple tight end curl route, but once again, we're going to have to hurry things up. We can't just be taking 5 yards at a time. Cross rolling to his left now. Doesn't like anything that he sees. He's going to take off and run. Slides after picking up 6. Quick throw is going to be held onto by Lewis. I thought it was going to at least in and out of his hands after that big hit. Going for it on fourth down now. Pass is going to be caught. Coughing up the football, though, is Deron Daniels. San Francisco jumps on top of it with 12 seconds left to go. They have a chance to go downfield and take the lead here before halftime, or maybe just make it a 1-point game. 8 seconds left on the clock, looking to get closer into field goal range. Pass is going to be caught by the fullback. Darius Simpson picks up the first down, and with 3 seconds left to go, the Niners are going to burn a timeout, bring out Caraful for this 43-yard field goal attempt, which is up and good, making it a 1-point game. This has been a much more defensive battle than I think many were expecting going into this one, expecting a little bit more fireworks considering how the offenses were on paper, but this is also a divisional game, and games inside of your division can go any way. It doesn't matter how good or bad you are, how good your offense is, your defense. I mean, you know your opponent so well, they know you so well. That's what makes these games so great. Ryan Franks on a run to the right side here for Albuquerque picks up a first down as we're looking to extend our slim lead. Jamie Andrews on the reception is going to pick up about 5 yards on that play, and Cross is going to be shaken up yet again for the first time today, though, in this afternoon's game, which means Antonio McGuire is in the ball game, and immediately is going to be throwing an interception to Kirk Dillon out at midfield. He thought he could test the one-on-one coverage there, but no, picked off on the play, and now San Francisco has a chance to go downfield and get their first lead. Luckily for Albuquerque, Cross will be returning to this game shortly. Robert Fernandez on the carry goes right up the gut, picks up that first down. Barton dropping back to throw here, all day in the pocket, pump fakes, fires this one downfield, right over the head of Jerry Gray. He thought he had a for sure interception. Instead, Josh Swan comes away with a big touchdown, giving San Francisco the lead. The 2-point try is no good though, meaning it's just a 5-point game. Cross not back in the ball game yet. Antonio McGuire looking to make up for his mistake, gets a nice completion right there to Darius Floyd. Now he's going to hand this one off to Deron Daniels, taken down in the backfield, plus there was holding on the play. And to make things even worse, Daniels gets shaken up in the backfield there. We can't afford to have him miss another 4 games like he did early in the season. Darius Floyd on the reception right there is going to make this second down and a whole lot more manageable, as Floyd is going to be out for the remainder of this one. Orlando Cross is back in the ball game though, just to get taken down for a loss of 9. Third down and a mile. Cross looking for the conversion, steps up into this throw, and now it's his turn to throw an interception. This time Reggie Vickers comes up big for San Francisco, so it doesn't even matter who the quarterback of the Vipers is, they're going to be throwing picks. Luckily, the defense is going to come up with a big 3-and-out. They are in field goal range for Caraful, though. His kick is going to be up and no good. He pushed it to the right, and it's going to remain a 5-point game. It's almost like nothing even happened there. Like, we didn't even throw the interception or anything, as we have great field positioning, very similar to where we were, where we turned it over. That run's going to pick up a few yards, setting up third down and 2. Cross looking for the conversion, and he's got Von Lewis, who's been real busy the last couple of weeks now. Handoff is going to go to Ryan Franks, spinning past his offensive lineman and picking up about 4 or 5 yards there. Into the fourth quarter of play, this has been a tight one. Brian Moore with the reception, picking up a quick first down there for Albuquerque. Here goes Ryan Franks on the ground now. The speed running back. He's going to pick up about 4 or 5, make it 6 yards actually. This is going to be a play fake now. Cross rolling into some pressure, taken down on the play. Big play there made by Welsh, setting up 3rd down and long for the Vipers. Looking for the conversion. In fact, Cross is looking for it all. It's going to be intercepted by Kareem Wilson instead. 3 interceptions for San Francisco's defense today, as they have been putting on a clinic. Throw the fumble in on there as well, and they have gotten 4 turnovers going their way, and they've got a man wide open downfield. Josh Swan taking advantage of a broken coverage. Touchdown San Francisco, and things are not looking good here in the Snake Pit. If they are able to hold on to this lead, that would mean 2 losses in the Snake Pit to divisional opponents in today's episode, which is not a good look. We still have 6.5 minutes, though, to tie this game up or take the lead. That pass is going to be caught by Vaughn Lewis, picking up a quick 1st down here for Albuquerque. But now there's a flag down on the play. It's going to be a false start against us. 1st down and 15 now as we're down by 12 here halfway through the 4th quarter. Cross looking to fire this one back downfield. It's going to be caught. Brian Moore cutting this one upfield out at about the 30 or 35 yard line. Cross looking to throw again. He's got a clean pocket, a wide open tight end. Vaughn Lewis is going to get us down inside of the red zone with just over 5 minutes left to play. This pass is going to be caught by Ryan Franks, brought down after picking up 9 yards on that reception. Cross looking to throw again under some duress. He's going to try to take off and run. Caught from behind, though. Welsh with his 2nd sack of the day. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 3. Cross looking to throw. Hit as he lets that one go. It's going to bring up 4th down, and the Vipers have to go for this now. Down 12 with under 4 minutes left to play. Pass is going to be caught. Darius Floyd, the former Niner, gets just enough to keep this drive and this game alive for Albuquerque. Pass in the flat's going to be caught. Ryan Franks gets across the plane. Touchdown, Albuquerque. But now the defense has to come up with the stop. San Francisco, if they can just burn out these last 3 minutes, they can walk out of here with a victory. That first run's going to go backwards, and the second run does not go very far. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 12. Final play here before the 2-minute warning. Darryl Fannin with a big-time tackle there forces 4th down and 9 and a San Francisco punt. Albuquerque looking to go downfield and put together a game-winning drive. Nice catch made there by Burt Myers. Remember, when we tried to put together a game-winning drive, and we successfully did against New York, it was kind of risky, came down to the final play, and now we're going to have to convert another 4th down if we even want to be in that position. San Francisco run commits. Cross rolling to his right. He may only have 62 speed, but that's enough to pick up the 1st down when they give him that much space. 1 minute left to go now as we're just across midfield. Cross rolling to his right. You don't want to take another sack here, but I think if he did, at least he got out of bounds to stop the clock. We are 4 for 13 on 3rd down today, looking for the conversion and a whole lot more here. Andrews has a step. He beats Kirk Dillon, and that's going to be 6 for Albuquerque, as now we have a chance to make this a 3-point game. Draw play here for Ryan Franks. He's going to get in, but San Francisco has just over 40 seconds now to get into field goal range, and they're looking for a big chunk of it here. It's going to be knocked away. Maybe there were 2 receivers there, but 4 defenders. One of them was Javon Anthony, who's going to have to check out of the game. They have not converted on 3rd down today, and they're going to try to run for it here, and that's exactly what they're going to do. We cannot give up a touchdown, though, like we did against Pittsburgh last season. Barton looking to throw here. He's got time in the pocket. Takes the check down here to Darius Simpson. Only going to pick up 2 yards on the play. They're down to just 1 timeout. Play fake now. That pass going to be caught by Michael Gamble. The rookie receiver is going to get them into field goal range. This is going to be a 54-yard attempt now for William Carruthel. He's already missed once today, but not here. Up and good. That's going to force overtime at 25 apiece. Down the midfield for the coin toss. San Francisco goes tails, but it's going to be heads. Albuquerque is going to win the coin toss. And don't forget, these are old overtime rules. Sudden death, a field goal will win it for us. Here's Harold White on the kick return, and this is already a great start to overtime, out past the 40-yard line. All we need is to get to about the 30-yard line. Heck, even the 40-yard line. We've seen our kicker Koch hit from nearly 60 yards before this season. 2nd down and 5 now after that solid run. Floating this one out for Brian Moore. Cuts it upfield, and we are edging on field goal range. Second down and 7 now after a 3-yard run. Pass is going to be caught by Brian Moore, making this a 3rd down and short. We're going to give this one to our fullback now. Alfred Hunter is going to weave his way upfield, and that is definitely field goal range, but we don't want to risk it yet. We might as well run it and get a little bit closer. Roberts is going to get near that 1st down marker on 3rd down. It's going to be 4th and 5. 45-yard field goal attempt now for the win. Brian Koch inside the division. That was never going to miss. Kick is up and good. But there's holding on the play by our backup right guard who is in the game here to block for the field goal. So instead, it's going to be a 55-yarder. But instead, Koch, he must have slipped when he kicked it or something, pushed it to the right. And for the first time this season, he has missed a field goal. That is not when you want to miss it. Unbelievable. I think he slipped on the play or something. I don't get it. And now San Francisco is going to be in field goal range. Benji Barton over 300 yards passing after that big play to get them down at the goal line. William Carruthel for the game-winning field goal. He's not going to miss it. And San Francisco is going to pull off a big win here in the Snake Pit. 2 big losses inside of the division at our own home stadium. Unbelievable. Orlando Cross over 200 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, but between him and McGuire, 3 costly interceptions actually. Deron Daniels missed a majority of this game, but when he was in, he was averaging over 7 yards a carry, and just that missed field goal was just unbelievable. Slipping on the kick after you hit the game winner already after a penalty is just a brutal way to lose the game. Luckily, we're only halfway through the season, so we still do have plenty of time to redeem ourselves. We still have another matchup against San Francisco coming up. Looking at other matchups throughout the league, you have Baltimore falling to San Diego. The Ravens looking like one of the better teams in the AFC, and San Diego, I think, has won back-to-back games now. You have the Saints falling for the first time this season to a pretty good Bears team, although we have seen them already lose to the Packers this season just a couple weeks ago. 29-22 here, though, over San Francisco. And speaking of the Packers, they have now fallen for the first time today, 23-20 in a good one against Atlanta. Both these teams looking like they could be in the playoffs. Tennessee loses for the second time this season. Their wins have been good, but their losses have been ugly. That's now going to take us to the halfway point of the season. We're going to be taking a look at the standings around the league. Starting in the AFC North, 3 teams are 5-2, and then you have the winless Bengals. It's pretty tight in the South as well, except the winless Jacksonville Jaguars. Those numbers are egregious. Miami is on top of the AFC East. You got the Jets at second, the Bills, and then the lowly 1-6 Patriots, who blew up the Raiders in week 1 and have done nothing since. Speaking of the Raiders, they're in a 3-way tie for first place in the AFC West, and the 2-5 Chargers are not far behind them. The North pretty competitive between the Packers and Bears. The Lions have not lived up to expectations, though, after a good offseason. The Saints are 6-1, the Falcons right behind them, and heck, the Buccaneers might even be good for the first time in ages now. The Panthers definitely aren't. The Eagles are 5-2, the only team in the NFC East with a winning record, and we've already taken all of them down. The Vipers are 6-2. You got the Niners at 5-3, 4-3 are the Seahawks, and then the Cardinals at 2-5. If the playoffs were to start right now, this is what the bracket would look like with the Saints and Dolphins as the 1 seeds. Albuquerque would be a 3 seed. Aaron Rodgers currently has the best quarterback rating in the league, but most yards is going to go to Orlando Cross, right ahead of guys like Benji Barton, Nate Thomas. You got Sparks and Glenn Payton up there. Most touchdowns goes to Alex Malone, who has thrown only 2 interceptions this season. Very surprising considering the playoff run that they went on a season ago and the amount of picks he was able to throw in that Super Bowl run, while Jamal Vision and Drew Lloyd show why their teams are doing so poorly. Jermaine Greer leads the league in rushing, and that's why the Saints are currently the 1 seed in the NFC, while Lamar Henderson has the most rushing touchdowns, which is probably why the Dolphins are the 1 seed in the AFC. Bill Bowens leads the league in receiving, 755 yards, almost 100 yards more than the Patriots' Demetrius Beal, while Brian Moore, our very own, leads the league in touchdown receptions. Barry Williams has 74 tackles to lead the league. McCaffrey, Long, and Wynn each have 4 TFLs. Manyard leads the league in sacks with 9 of them. Blake Doe has 8. And then Anderson and Vickers each have 5 interceptions. Looking at our team-specific stats, not a great touchdown to interception ratio for Orlando Cross, but I think he's really starting to clean it up, although he did just throw 2 interceptions against San Francisco. Craig Roberts still leads us in rushing, but Deron Daniels is definitely the better running back. Surprised he only has 1 rushing touchdown throughout this season so far. Brian Moore, of course, is going to lead us in every major receiving category, especially with those 9 touchdowns. And surprisingly, Von Lewis yet to get into the end zone this season. Defensively, Tommy Wynn leads us in tackles, and I feel like between him and Daryl Fannin, they are the leaders on this defense. Speaking of Daryl Fannin, surprised he only has 1 sack this season, and in fact, only one of our guys has gotten to the quarterback multiple times. Tommy Wynn does have the pick 6 that he got against the Eagles last episode, and it just hurts me seeing 13 of 14 there on Brian Koch. Looking at the MVP favorites, Lamar Henderson, currently the Vegas favorite to win the award. Then you got John Martin of the Browns, Aaron Rodgers, Orlando Cross at 4th, and then the 49ers linebacker Mason is currently 5th. This Vipers team is definitely not used to losing though. Ron Coyle going off against the media once again. And this might become an issue. He's just a young player who I thought had full of potential. Didn't look great in the preseason though, and now he's got these off the field shenanigans. To start off the second half of the season, in the next episode, we're going to be taking on the Miami Dolphins, who look like one of the AFC's best. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed, leaving a like is always appreciated. And until next time, this has been Jeffrey.